This video will show you how to decorate a container with a witch's hat and broom and a tag to make a cute Halloween candy holder. Hi, this is Maria Williams. Today I wanted to share with you a treat holder that I made with Stampin' Up! Products using a fruit container. You may recognize it. It's from Chik-Fil-A. I'm not big on fast food, and when I go I try to eat healthy, so I wanted to reuse this styrofoam cup. I thought it would be great since it's already black. So I'm not going to show you how to put together the whole entire thing, but I will show you how to make the hat, the broom, and the tag. To make the witch's hat, you're going to use the black glitter paper that's in the Occasions catalog, and you're going to cut out 2 trees with the tree punch. I'm going to do the circle next, and 1 circle. This is the 2.5-inch circle. And you're going to need a little slit on the circle so that you can put the 2 tabs from the trees through and then tape them to the back. So I'm just going to eyeball this, and you could fold it in half and you probably wouldn't be able to see it on the other side, but I'm just going to totally eyeball it today. So I'm going to make 2 lines really close together and then cut in the other direction, and that should come out. And now I have a small slit. I think you can see that. And that's ready to go. And then I'm going to bend these back. Oh, yes, so that they are ready to go through the slit. And before I put this together, if I were to glue these 2 together like this, you would be able to see a little bit of white around the edges. So what I want to do is take a marker and cover the edges. And you don't have to do a big section, you don't have to be real careful, just try to cover all the way to the edge. And now I'm going to use some glue. I'm going to use the Tombow Mono Multi to glue these together. And see, now when you put these together, oh, it looks like I missed a little bit of the edges, so that's okay. We'll go back and take care of that. And then I'm going to use the marker again to cover up whatever I might have missed. On my original, I used ribbon, and I actually had to cut it in half, and it's a little bit of a pain to wrap it around because of the angle of the hat. So this time I'm just going to use a little bit of designer series paper, and I'm going to put the glue directly on here and glue this down. Do the same thing on this side. And you definitely want to make sure you use a glue that is going to stick really well, because you are going to have some issues with this glitter paper. Okay, I'm going to trim that off. Okay. And like I said, you do need to give it a little bit of time to set up. And then again, we're going to put this through the slit that I already made before. And what I find easiest is to just take a piece of Scotch tape, open the 2 tabs, and just tape it down. And there you go. And then to add a little bit more detail to the hat, on this particular one, I used a little circle of gold glimmer paper. In this case, I'm going to use foil sheet. Punch that. Put a little bit of glue on there and attach it. And there's the hat, ready to go. Now let's move on to the broom. To make the broom, you're going to take a small skewer, a black ink pad that is really well inked up, and a little sponge dauber. And you could also do this with a black marker, but I found that this works really, really well. And you're going to cover it all in black ink. Now I'm not going to do the whole thing because then my fingers will get all black. So I've already got one here ready to go, nice and dry. And you're going to use the gold baker's twine and wrap it around something that's about 1.5 inches wide. This is actually just a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock. And you're going to wrap it around a few times. You're just trying to get some pieces that are the same length, and maybe a few more. And then just use some scissors. These are the ones I save for ribbon. And cut at both ends. And now you have a bunch of pieces that are the same. And then you take your skewer, and I'm going to save this end to punch through the top of the container. So I'm actually going to glue the twine to the end that doesn't have a point. And I did this in 2 stages to make sure that it didn't get too bulky. So I put some tape on the bottom of the skewer and just started putting some of the pieces on there. And you can put just enough to cover. And then I took another small piece of tape and wrapped it a little bit higher. And the paper comes right off, not like when you try to use it on cardstock. And again, just put the pieces on there. And this one I did do on top so that it helps what's already there stay in place. And I know that the whole stick is going to be covered all around. Okay, and there it is. And then I took another piece and started wrapping it around, leaving a little bit at the top. And I took a glue dot rolled it up a little bit to make it smaller, and just placed it right on the top of the little pile of twine that I'm wrapping around, and just wrap the end over it and cut it off. And then I just gave the whole thing a haircut straight across. And there's the broom. So the last thing to do for the holder is the tag, and I'm using a little something stamp set. I'm going to take a scrap of Berry Vanilla and some Tangelo Twist ink and just very simply stamp this. And then I'm going to use my ancient 1/4 inch punch to punch this out. And it is a very tight fit, but you can get everything in there. And then I'm going to take some more of the black glimmer paper and punch that out with the 1.5 inch punch. And then I'm going to take some more of the Happy Haunting Designer Series paper with all the spiders. I ran out of that striped one, so I'm going to use this one. But I'd really like to have a spider at the top, so I'm going to cut this piece. And that's pretty much it. Just put these pieces together with some dimensionals. Punch a little hole at the top of the tag and attach it to the container with a little bit more of the gold glimmer twine. Sorry, gold baker's twine. Put it in the middle. And there it is. So those are the 3 pieces. And here's the finished product again. Oh, and one more thing I did was I took the 1/2 inch punch again and just took some of the Designer Series paper again, punched some circles and randomly glued them around the perimeter of the container. So I hope you enjoyed it. Come back soon. For more information on the supplies used and for additional pictures, please check out my blog at mawilliams.stampinup.net.